Welcome in. This is the Out of Sight with Joe G podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so get in touch by sending an email to outofsightwithjoeg@outlook.ie. And now, here's Joe G.
Hello, how are you? You're so welcome to the latest episode of Out of Sight with Joe G. Yeah, quite an interesting episode ahead of us now, and we traversed the country to get there. So please bear in mind if the sound changes around a little as we visited various locations. We'll be at Semple Stadium for the Trip2Tipp. We'll also visit the Vision Ireland shop in Kilkenny. We'll also head over to the library at Fingal, which is belonging to Vision Ireland, and we'll then head down to Fighting Blindness. And Fighting Blindness, of course, in Dublin 1. Now, what a week it's going to be, and what a week it's been already, of course. At the weekend, we're looking forward to Pico Lopez taking on Lionel Messi as Cape Verde take on Argentina. That'd be really a mouth-watering tie. Going to be very difficult for Pico and all of that. But look, the best of luck to him. We were going to try and get him on the phone, but you know something, so were a million others. So, you know, we might have to park that one for now. But sure, we'll take on Jason Smyth as well. Now, that'll be a sprint for sure. But you know something, he's going to talk football, and it'll be very interesting to hear his insight into it all. Also on this episode, we'll be talking holidays. Well, firstly, we'll find out what it's like for a blind person to get to the airport on their own, find their way around the airport, land at the other side as well. So that'll be with Paul O'Reilly, and that's coming up. Meanwhile, also on holidays, we'll be talking to Lina Kouzi. Now, Lina has great memories of cantering with her favourite horse while away on holiday. So that should be quite a story, quite very interesting. Looking forward to that as well. But before all of that, what about the Trip2Tipp? Or is it the trip to Limerick? Mairead O'Connor and Paul Joyce, how are you both?
Hi, Joe.
Good, hi Joe.
You're alive and well, and I heard that you did 200k today. Would that be right?
Well, not quite, no.
Did I hear that you thought it was a trip to Limerick?
Yes.
Yeah, we did we went a little bit further than we should have gone, all right.
Yeah.
Got a little bit lost, but we heard they were not the only ones.
Oh, no.
But we had plan B, so we put that into action and it worked out very well for us.
First of all, let's get who was responsible for this.
Me.
No. Unlike an aeroplane, the pilot is never responsible. It's the stoker, okay?
Oh.
The stoker is supposed to have the audible Google Maps on, and is supposed to be giving you instruction as to when to go left, right. What happened there, Paul?
Well, you see, I'm down the engine room. So the bridge just has to know where the ship is going, All I got to do is keep putting fuel on the fire.
Well, I'm well able to fuel on the fire too.
Yeah, I know that.
Mary, you did a great job. Before we say exactly how you did get home and where you did end up, just tell me, you're piloting a tandem. It's a massive responsibility.
No, it isn't. It's actually better fun than being on my own bike.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer the tandem than going out on my own.
Okay, company and...
Yeah.
What about saying, there's a ramp here, there's a ramp there, there's a cow on the road, we have to go under the cow or whatever.
Say it as you see.
Say it as you see, okay.
Yeah.
And it works. Well done. Well, you've done a great job.
I definitely recommend it.
How you get Paul Joyce around 200k in 2 hours is beyond me.
Oh, he's an
Is it
ninja.
true?
It's the power.
Is it true that there was a bit of training involved in the solution to get home? First of all, tell me, where did you go? Instead of ended up in...
We end up in Limerick.
In Limerick.
County.
But come here.
So then we said we better turn back.
I thought this was a Trip2Tipp. How could it
So
be
do
the trip
we.
to Limerick?
So do we. But
Yeah?
they're not too bad in Limerick. So we said we'll take a spin so we're down this far.
Tell me, was it raining in Limerick, Mary?
Yes.
It was warm rain.
It's always raining in Limerick.
It was warm rain though. That's
Oh, yeah. So anyway, you get to Limerick. Okay, you're 80k on the road.
Yeah,
What
and
do you
we
do
turn
then?
So we
back.
better turn back.
And then...
So did you cycle the 80k
Then
back?
No.
we didn't. We had about 20k to cycle back. We've gone about 60k and we realized this can't be right.
Okay.
So we turned back and I kept asking Mary have we passed Limerick Junction yet?
Okay.
And then eventually says, why are you so concerned about Limerick Junction? Because there's a train station there.
And Mary, go on.
So we went down to the train station and said, when is the next
We're
train?
lost.
We're lost.
Yeah.
And it was 45k back. And we asked them, and they let us put the tandem on, and off we went.
Off you went.
And we got up in Thurles and cycled down.
Well done.
Well, either the tandem was going to go on the train or stay in Limerick Junction.
So basically you were cycling the tandem at 10k an hour. You got on the train and you went 80k an hour.
Yeah.
Well done. Listen, that's a great story.
Yeah.
We won't tell
There's
anyone.
always a solution.
Listen, this is off record. We won't tell anybody.
Oh, don't.
No, thanks. I appreciate that, Joe.
No. Good luck.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you.
Paul and Mary. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So here with me at the Trip2Tipp, I have a Dub and a Kerry woman, okay? And I'm going to start with the Kerry woman, Mairead O'Mahony. What are you doing? Why are you not in Croke Park?
No, I said today now I need to do something different and support good causes and all that. So I said I'd do the Trip2Tipp for myself, especially, when it's the last year of it as well. I'd like to do it and show my appreciation and support to everyone doing it. So
And come here, I just saw you out on the road sitting on the back of a tandem and somebody was on a pedal. And what were you doing?
don't tell anyone that.
No, we won't tell anybody, no.
Don't tell them.
So what were you doing?
Oh, I should look.
I heard you did 10k and came home on the bus.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, definitely. God, why not?
What did you do?
I know. It was great crack though.
What cycle did what distance?
We did the 60k, so it was
well
great.
done.
So I had a lovely pilot from Cork,
Yeah.
Gary. He's really good. So it was our first time cycling together too. So it was really, really good.
Yeah, and you did this for Vision Ireland. And
Yes.
right beside you, okay?
Yep.
Right, I have Joanne McCarney, who is kind of the main force behind an awful lot of the fundraising in Vision Ireland. How are you, Joanne?
Oh, hiya, Joe. Oh, that
real
was great.
dub.
Yeah, real dub.
Yeah.
All the way down here in the rain.
You'll be back for the Sunday game, won't you? And the Dubs playing in Croke Park.
Oh, I will. Oh, no, I'll be out supporting everybody, yeah. There was a great turnout today of cyclists. I think it was over 220 that took off. And I think there was something
I
like...
think there was 12 or 14.
Yeah, 14 or 15.
tandems, yeah.
We're there.
And the lovely four-seater tandem.
Ah, that
the
was great crack, wasn't
electric
it?
four-seater tandem.
Yeah,
who ended up...
lazy sods.
They got the bus back because they ran out of charge.
Well, we saw them when they were on 13% battery, and I'd no sympathy for them because they should have been pedalling like the rest of us.
Oh, they still had to pedal.
Did they?
Yeah, but not as hard as you guys.
Oh, so you're going to make...
So it'll be great. This event, Billy's amazing.
Yeah.
In his 30 years, he's raised hundreds of thousands. But we have a new mid-tip starting now at 6 o'clock. So that's going to be a 5k walk or run.
Yes.
So we're expecting another couple of hundred people now.
Oh,
so there's
wow.
great excitement here in Sarsfields.
And it's a healthy way of living, isn't it? It really is, just to get out and do all of this. Listen, you're both great. Listen, Mairead, safe home for you.
Thanks, Joe.
I mightn't be all good news for you, when this podcast goes out, we'll know.
It will be, it will be.
It will be, okay. But congratulations on doing the 60k today. And about 3 hours, was it, or less?
Yeah, about 2.5.
2.5 hours,
Yeah.
you're putting me to shame now.
It was good.
And that was brilliant and well done, because the weather conditions were fairly okay, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
And the course
it was
wasn't too
lovely.
bad.
Yeah, no, it was grand.
Yeah. And well, thanks for doing this, and I know you're rushing off. Okay, and Joanne, listen.
Lovely. Thanks, Joe. And thank you for doing the cycle as well. Julia, you and Mairead. Great. I didn't. I just watched it. Waved you off.
No. You had all the hard work to do.
Not at all.
And we just came on the day, but you were there for weeks doing this. So,
Listen.
congratulations.
Great stuff.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Mairead.
Caitriona Shanahan, the daughter behind the dad of the Trip2Tipp, and the lady who has been for many years the heart and soul of the weekend activity. Caitriona, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, Joe.
Okay. I didn't see you out on the bikes today.
No, I was busy running after a 2.5-year-old.
He's lovely. He's lovely. He's here in a buggy right beside us, trying to sleep, and we're keeping him awake. But Caitriona, tell me this now. I mean, you've been putting your heart and soul, kitchen table every night, arguing the toss, making the sandwiches, kind of making all the hard decisions, but collecting probably hundreds of thousands for Vision Ireland. How does it feel now that you're on the last day?
I don't know. It's a kind of mixed emotion, I guess, because it's weird to think it's the final because it's become just part of our life, since I was a young child, I'm involved in it, so it's there's something kind of final about it, but it's good. It's good for my father because he's put so much work in it's good for him to get a bit of a break now, although I don't really believe it's a break. But
Why do you not believe it's a break?
because his mind is always ticking. How can you raise some more funds for the guide dogs or for Vision Ireland, or how can he help someone? He'll have a plan for someone or for something.
And I'd say, like father.
Oh, I'll be dragged along. I might be the last to know the plans, but yeah, I'll be involved.
No, I can just say this is a phenomenal number of people here today, and it was just a number, 250 cyclists.
Yeah, it was great. Now,
but probably Ireland's top cyclist ever. Okay, certainly Sean Kelly is a legend, and he's not just a legend in Ireland; he's a legend across Central and Western Europe.
Yeah.
Tell me this now. And of course you had the great Eamon Duffy here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, to get those people out of bed on a Saturday morning, it's brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's great. We know Sean a long time now from all the cycles with the Blazing Saddles. He was involved with them when it was National Council for the Blind. So we would have done a lot of cycles with him, and then Eamon, of course, Eamon Duffy would have organised them all.
Yeah.
So, friendships. There's good friendships there between everyone, and they're great to come and support today, because it's kind of like a reunion as well for everybody.
It is, yeah. It certainly is. Listen, I'm going to have to let you go, Caitriona, because your little boy here, he's not too happy with me. He's given out to me.
Well, thanks for coming, Joe. It's great that you travelled down and to go out on the bike as well, because you're a runner, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
So you've been training all along.
I've not been training as I should have, but anyway.
Yeah, well, you did more than I did, so.
No. Well, listen, thanks, Caitriona.
Thank you, Joe.
You're so kind. And, thank you very much. Billy Shannon, you legend. How does it feel to be on your last trip to Tip? The cycle is over. The walk, run, jog and crawl is about to happen shortly. But how does it feel to be in the middle of your last full day of the trip to Tip?
Well, it feels great now, because I'll tell you, all the hard work is done. And I know now that I can relax a bit more now. I'm not under any pressure now. And I intend now to maybe support other cycles, continue from there. The cycle as a Trip to Tip is all over. I might do is a weekend away if I can get a group that would like to cycle for a charity.
A kind of a social weekend.
Yeah, and make a few bucks for a charity maybe,
Yeah.
Bring them out for 2 nights B&B and an evening meal away. And if it go, to go, and I'm not saying it would go, but that's the thing in the head. But as for Trip to Tip, no, I'm so delighted now, because it's gone off great today. All friends there I cycled with years ago, turning up here today. And
I saw Eamon Duffy here earlier doing MC, and he was brilliant.
Eamon was here, and the mighty Sean Kelly was here.
Yes, yeah, he's still out there.
And his brother,
I don't know, he must have had 1,000.
And he gave us the whole day there now.
Yes,
and
he has.
Didn't shout at the bob or came free, and when he's delighted to come. There was one or two other people there. I might mention him as the famous Philip Cassidy.
Yes.
He couldn't come today. He did give us a great donation towards the trip for Vision Ireland, and Johnny Ronan, the famous Johnny, couldn't make it today. But there was a lot of other people there, and I just couldn't mention names now, and I wouldn't be able to think of them. But I have enjoyed doing it for 30 years. We've had good years, we've bad years, but I think we'll have to come out of the right side of it today. I say there's over 30 grand raised.
Oh, that's brilliant. And you had over 200 cyclists, maybe 250, do you reckon?
Around that, yeah.
And you had, 12, 14 tandems, wasn't
we had 16 tandems. And we had one tandem. There was 4 people on it. 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Ian Mahan and I can't think who was in the back now.
Okay, because I met them and they were on 13% battery.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't pedal.
They ran out of battery and they finished up.
They ran out of steam.
I think they must have gone into a pub somewhere on the way. I don't know.
Are they home yet?
I think they're, I rang them to see where, and they were a few kilometres from home. They were only 4 or 5. They were after going out of Holy Cross. They could have gone to an establishment there in Holy Cross, I think. And that's all of us sure.
Oh, that sounds
But they enjoyed the day. I think everybody enjoyed the day. And the weather wasn't too bad. We had a few hour showers, but after the week we had, I think we all enjoyed a few showers. We're fine.
Now, Billy, you did this and you led this, and talking to your family, you are the leader. But I mean, your wife's involved, your child. Well,
Yeah,
Caitriona. Yeah.
Caitriona and Lorraine, God rest Lorraine.
I know.
We would, and for years we over in the kitchen at home to be making up the sandwiches and actually Mark Keogh came down a few times and he came in and he done the sandwiches with us, and you know we about 30 sliced pans above in the house, and butter and the bread was out, and
brilliant.
And but now I got the last 2 years now I got a great friend of mine. He has a restaurant, and he's come on board there, and he organises the food.
It's an amazing piece of organisation.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I did more eating than cycling today.
The more people came on board with me and helped out, and we had some great sponsors there today. I'm not going to name any.
I'll tell you what, we'll leave it at that, Billy. Okay.
That's good. And thanks very much, Joe, for coming down.
No.
And I hope you enjoyed the day as well.
I am absolutely loving it at the moment.
And
congratulations to your family and raising that very significant amount of money for Vision Ireland.
Yeah.
Well done. Great job.
Good. Thank you very much, Joe.
Oh, in the summertime when the weather is fine, what do? You go on your holidays. We thought maybe we'd just ask somebody a little bit about independent travel when you've got little or no sight. Paul O'Reilly, tell me what you've been up to.
I've done a lot of travel. When I was working and had sight, it was no problem to book to go to the airport, to get through onto the plane, and you're very independent, and you take it all for granted. The whole system is adapted to people who are fully sighted and fully mobile, and then as you start to lose your sight, you begin to notice the difficulties, and of course the first thing is you have to ask for help, and that's very hard when you're not used to asking for help. And that was probably the most difficult thing I had to overcome, going to the airport. And I would have done a lot of travel, even when I started losing my sight. And that was the most difficult thing, was to make people aware of my difficulty. To even have the words to tell people what it was. I think that was the most challenging time of my life, was to find those words, was to find a way of expressing what my difficulty was, and what it wasn't my difficulty, it was difficulty with the systems I was having to deal with. You understand that, Joe?
I do, but I'm glad you're saying this, because it's often forgotten how much courage it takes to make that call, to have the pride. We think it's loss of pride, but it's not. To make the big move. You get to Dublin Airport or Cork or whatever it is, you get a taxi, say, and you're left standing in the middle of a pavement. What do you do there?
Oh, well, nowadays I have the language, and I have to say I've had a lot of support, and bring Vision Ireland in here. The training I've done in Vision Ireland has enabled me to find the language and find the words, and find the confidence and the courage. It's a good point. To ask for that help. I've discovered that the systems are set up to help me. Well, for the most part, taxi drivers, if you ask them, they'll. In fact, the taxi drivers will say, "Can I help you to the door? Can I help you to the drop-off point in the airport?" OCS. The taxi drivers will often come in and bring you to OCS. A lot of them are well trained, and here's where the wayfinding centre comes in as well, to provide that training. OCS is a great service in Dublin Airport. They'll take you right through the system. One of the issues I think people are having at the moment with Ryanair, of course, is digital. Not everybody is using their iPhones. It's just the world is changing. You have to adapt, I suppose. But
there are perks to it as well. You in Dublin Airport, you get an assistance. You go into the first security area, and there's a lot quicker, isn't it?
There is the queue for people with disabilities through customs. Sometimes that can be longer, and to be honest, if I'm travelling with somebody, so we'll just leave that queue. We'll go into the queue and you can help me. But if you're travelling by yourself, you're better off going with the OCS person. They'll bring you straight through. And of course, they're limited in time, so they get you on the plane first.
Recently in Edinburgh Airport, I got a tap on the shoulder when I was in a big long queue and whisked right through. I was absolutely delighted with it, I have to say. So you can be lucky.
I have a good friend here in Kilkenny. She has two kids, and one of her kids has a disability. And we were in the airport one day, and the non-disabled kid says, "Get out your fucking cane there," so we can get into the short queue.
Oh, it can work.
There's a bit of that, but I have done probably the most difficult flight I did was 2 years ago. I flew to Thailand independently, and that was tough because there was waiting time between flights. I was kind of been dropped off and left by myself for periods of time, and practical things come into play there. You know, I can't see anything, so you're kind of left in a chair. Geez, I need to go to the toilet. You know, I need a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And you're, what do I do now? And that's when you really learn how to, you know, your advocacy skills come into play. But that's really difficult. The most challenging were those long waits between flights if you're going.
But you are moving from Billy to Jack as you go along, aren't you? Because I mean, some people at the airport don't have the security to go through certain parts, I assume. So, are you going from maybe being the responsibility of, say, OCS into the hands of the airline?
Yeah, that's it. When you're handed over from OCS to the airline, and you know, sometimes the airlines, you're dropped to the gate. You know, the OCS guys, know you're going to leave from, but the airline staff haven't arrived yet, so you're kind of left in limbo. Look, you know, you just throw yourself into these situations, and stuff happens. You know, people are lovely. You know, people walk up to you and say, "Okay, there, can you just keep the cane up there? You know, keep the cane open." And you know, people and kind of look helpless, and sometimes you need a hand. And so I'm glad you asked. And can you bring me to the Jacks? You know, could you help me get a cup of tea? Could you find somewhere I can charge my phone? You know, they'd be sorry.
So it really is.
Sorry they asked for it. Yeah, they asked.
Yeah. Have you a particular seat preference on a plane, or do you just sit anywhere?
Well, I have long legs, so I like to sit in the aisle. But yeah, by and large, again, the staff, the airline staff are well versed in how to deal with people who are blind, visually impaired, children traveling by themselves, whatever. They do offer assistance, but you need to be smart and cute about how you deal with it. Don't abuse their the limited amount of time that they have to help.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
I was on a long flight home from when I came back from Thailand a few years ago. I was on the flight home, and I got the steward to help me find a movie for me, and he said he'd come back, you know, when the movie was over, and he forgot. He never did. So I ended up watching the movie about 4 times. It kind of went on a loop over and over again. And I was thinking, geez, will I press the button and call them back and say, I want another movie?
Oh, you should have.
I decided against it. I thought, look, I might need him for something important, you know. So you got to weigh up, you know, you're just one passenger on a plane loaded.
Tell me this, Paul. We'll wrap up with this one, okay? It's almost where we begun. You were saying about the massive increase in electronic kind of monitoring and electronic transactions at an airport. One of the issues that I encounter on a regular basis is being asked to look at a camera for passport clearance or whatever.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
How do you manage that?
I kind of look at them and say, you want me to do what? I mean, who invented this system? I just give them this look. Kind of, you must be. You know, I'll tell you. You know what's even worse? You know, you're going through the customs piece, and you have to now stand. They say, put your feet on the yellow pads on the ground. I said, what yellow pads? I can't see yellow. What are you talking about here? Would you not put tactile pads down there? I kind of give out to them a bit. And then I just, you know, that drives me crazy. Is you know, where they say, can you stand with your feet on the yellow pads and stick your arms out? And it's like, well, what direction do you want me to put my arms? This way, that way? I've become very intolerant of these badly thought out systems where nobody's obviously thought about the fact that a blind person might want to use this system. And honest to God, I make it difficult for them. I've become a bit curmudgeonly in my old days, but I make it difficult for them, and there's a reason for that. So they go back and say, yeah, we need to change this.
Yeah, because when they change them in one airport, it can be changed in a lot of airports because they're almost universal suppliers. So you're absolutely right. Keep advocating because, you know, sooner or later...
The exception rather than the rule. But I think we all have a responsibility to let people know when the systems don't work.
No.
Not, well, you can choose your own method, you know. You can complain, you can point out how they could do it better.
Yeah.
You could work with the Wayfinding Centre, the Vision Ireland Wayfinding Centre, and get involved in something like that, you know, to come up with the solution.
Yeah, and people would listen to them.
You don't have to be curmudgeonly.
All I'll say, Paul, is it doesn't stop you travelling. I mean, you travel around the world for golf and for tennis and for all kinds of personal reasons. And I'd say you see more airports now than many people. And well done on the whole that. Thank you very much, Paul O'Reilly, man of many talents. Lina Kouzi, you're big into the horses. Are you down to bookmakers every day, or what kind of horses are you big into?
No, I'm not. I used to do a lot of horse riding when I lived in the UK and England. I used to go every holiday was on a farm called Foss Farm in Wales, and with a group of friends we'd go riding across fields, cantering, up to the Brecon Mountains. Beautiful scenery, very relaxing, very hard work, because we had to every morning before we left, you know, we had to get the horses ready. We have to clean the stables, have to get the horses brushed down, their saddles on, the reins on, everything, and then take them out for the day. We'd have a packed lunch with us and go off, and then we'd stop in a field somewhere up the mountains, and we'd stop and have some lunch and a chat and canter all the way back down again. It was just a beautiful day spent in all sorts of weathers, and mist, rain, sunshine. It didn't really matter. It was just great fun.
How did you get interested in the horses? I mean, there wasn't just a horse outside your house that you could just hop on every morning, or
no? Do you know, in my mum's village when we were children, my mum came from a very rural part of Scotland, and one summer, I must have been about 8 or 9, there was a big workhorse, a Shire horse, in the field, and he was the workmen were felling trees up on the hill not far from my grandparents' home. I was fascinated by the size of this horse. He was a huge, big Shire horse. And I remember standing at the fence looking at the horse. His name was Jock, by the way. So he used to come up to me and he'd stand sort of looking at me, this horse, and I'd be looking back and trying to touch its nose and everything. And then the workman that was using, you know, the horse to pull the felled trees from the hill came up to me and said, would you like to ride on his back? I said, yeah, absolutely. And here was me, a little 9-year-old, and I was climbing up on I couldn't even reach the horse. He couldn't lift me up onto the horse. He was so high up. So he pulled the horse right up to the fence, and I climbed up on the fence and swung my legs around on the horse's back. No saddle, no reins, just held on to his mane. And he walked me down. The horse was so lovely. He was like sitting on a big sofa. And he walked right down to the oak tree at the end of the field, and he walked back up again with me. And I was absolutely smitten at that point. I thought, I just loved it, and I loved the horse. And I used to feed it peas from my granddad's garden. And so I made friends with the horse very quickly.
Oh, you were made. And would you still do a little on holidays?
I do sometimes when I'm up in Mayo. You know, I go horse riding around Ashford Castle. There's lovely grounds around there, and there's a stable around there. I sometimes go with my daughter. We go for little hacks or canters around the place. It's lovely.
That's beautiful. Lina Kouzi, listen, thanks so much. As you know, the whole area of equestrian and the horses, from dressage up to show jumping, up to the cantering you're talking about, are areas which blind and vision impaired people can actively take part in as well.
Absolutely.
So it's wonderful that you're doing that, and it's a wonderful sport. I've done a little myself, but it's back in the history books. But I've done a little myself, and it is so enjoyable, and it's much easier than you think. And the way you explained it there, the love of horses can easily grow. Thank you, Lina. Thank you very much.
Very welcome. Thank you, Joe.
Jason Smyth, There's a rumour around that you wanted to be a pro footballer with Liverpool, but they got so bad that you just didn't want to take it on the job anymore. But you are a big Liverpool fan?
Don't believe all these rumours, Joe. I don't know where you come up with them. But yeah, last year was great to be a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
This year it hasn't been quite as good. But yeah, Liverpool fan. Always wanted to be a footballer when I was younger. Didn't quite work out that way.
You played lots of sports as a kid, but you did love soccer, didn't you?
Yeah, I absolutely did. It was the thing. I don't know, a lot of kids, when I look back, played on the street, what I wanted to do all the time. I always had a football with me. Loved every moment of it.
And you just kicked it around. I played football as a kid as well. It's my favourite sport as well. You don't seem to be aware that when you're a kid that you're, shall we say, that you're not covering every angle the way you would if you had full sight.
No, you're not aware of the barriers or restrictions at all. And actually, it was the one piece I noticed. Maybe as you get older, isn't it, and kind of more aware that you become more aware of the restrictions. And again, let's say younger, we were playing on the street, and it might have been a smaller space. But as you get older, and you go into full size pitch, then you really start noticing being able to kind of.
And the ball is moving quicker.
And
it's become much more physical.
Yeah. Now, my strength that always somewhat allowed me to kind of get away with some of those pieces was just because it was so quick. That when I had the ball, people couldn't catch me. But yeah, I definitely found that got harder, and then actually when I went into my sporting career, I didn't really. Wasn't allowed to do any sport actually, to be honest.
And it was my fitness that would let me be picked for teams when I was a kid, and I asked that later, and that's what I was told, that you'll always run for the ball, whereas me. Tell me though, you still kick ball around a bit?
I do actually, and since I've retired from competing, so a bunch of my friends play every Monday night. It's just 7-a-side outdoor. So since I've stopped competing, for the last 3 years now, I've kind of gone down and play. I enjoy it, but at the same time, I sometimes feel frustrated in terms of, maybe it's back to this initial point, I see all the pieces that my eyesight impacts me, and where I could be a lot better. Maybe it's still this desire to drive to be very good at what I'm doing, but to be honest, to go down and just.
But even though it's fun, I bet you have a few strategies going. Do you? Some people go chase the ball, wherever the ball is, they chase it, or do you kind of hold a particular position?
I tend to. So even I find that I find actually sitting in defence is where I tend to sit now. When I was up front or attacking, I found unless the ball was at my feet, then I'm very good, obviously, with well, not very good, but I'm good because of speed. But this kind of passing game or running and passing, I found the kind of perceptions of the ball piece harder. But where I found in defence is people are always coming to you.
Okay.
And therefore
they're easier to follow.
Easier to follow.
And then you go on solo runs a bit.
And yeah. Now and again, when I get the ball at the back, I take a little mad dash forward. I'm a left footer too, so I've actually got a decent enough left foot, which also helps. And I also quite like is like I know there's quite a few times people are sitting there thinking, and especially initially when I hadn't been playing a while, is when you can't see much, how are you able to do a lot of things you're able to do, you know?
You don't realise you're making those adjustments.
Yeah. Oh, you have to adjust where you're trying to find ways to play the same game as everybody else without nearly the same tools. So you don't have the eyes. So therefore, how are you following other people? They're bigger markers rather than the ball. Because there's lots of times I don't see the ball or miss where the ball is going, but you're following people also allows you to follow the play. I've also just, there's different tactics you're trying. Is anybody who's on my team, I also get them to tell them, often they're telling me when they're passing to me, just so I'm aware that it's coming as well.
Communications and talking your way through
Yeah.
the game has to be, and calling as well, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're defending, you're not calling for the opposition anyway, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's just all that. You have to find a different way about it than everybody else. So, I enjoy it.
Do you wear your Liverpool jersey when you're out there?
No, I don't even own one. They're too expensive these days, aren't they?
Well, they are, yeah, that's right. Right. So, the Virgil van Dijk of football in Northern Ireland, Jason Smyth, thank you very much. Lovely to have a chat with you there.
You too, thank you.
And so it's a wrap for this episode. Don't forget to tell your friends to follow us. Tell them to follow Out of Sight with Joe G on their favourite podcast platform. Did you know we're also on Facebook and TikTok? And don't forget, if you've an idea or hobby, share it here.
You've been listening to Out of Sight with Joe G. If you'd like to contact the show, send an email to outofsightwithjoeg@outlook.ie. Until next time, thanks for listening and goodbye.